Alive. HXH, where is it? Where is it? Here we are. Here we go. Here we go. Wait. The Troupe. Here we go. Here we fucking. The Troupe. Sheila the Troupe, aka Sheila the bitch. Just share this out. Live reaction. So pumped about last week. I mean, I'll just move this. Best set up in the world. That's better. All right. So I have this, and last week when I was doing the live reaction, I completely forgot about Sheila. I haven't read it in English in ages. Like, I've had this for a few years. Sometimes I've actually just flipped through it in Japanese, but Sheila, very excited for this chapter because Sheila is probably a troupe member from the past who orchestrated the deaths of the cursor. My dog's just come in here. But I'll share this out and then we'll start the stream. So, Joshua Stark, are you funny, man? I started watching the fairy tale video and almost would have missed the stream. LMFO. Josh, are you funny, man? Well, now I know your real name, so I can dox you with everyone. Okay. We'll get on and so just share it to Twitter, funny man, and very excited for this stream though. So if you remember last week, we got the Troupe backstory, absolute pivotal stuff about a former member, possibly Sheila. Add everyone join the stream. So I think, last week, I think, funny man, that the chances of Sheila being Pariston are 1%. I think it is way more likely, a very high percentage, that Sheila is either a full Phantom Troupe member or an associate member from childhood, being grown up in Meteor City, and that she, she's then she has some sort of involvement. She's probably dead now. I would say that she is more likely a past troupe member who a former member such as Hisoka killed. That's what I'm thinking. We already had an idea of what the concept of these characters' lives were, but actually seeing their development as people, getting to know these characters intimately, funny man says, so exciting. I 100% agree. I think when I was reacting to it last week, it wasn't as exciting, just in terms of not as much hype, but just the sheer, just the weight. I mean, some people, I've only been in the fandom for 8 years or so, but some people have been waiting for this for 20 years, and for those people, that's just absolutely just cool shit, in a sense. I'll just I'm reacting live to 396 now. Link is in my bio. Excited for this one. So I don't have any strong Sheila take personally, to be honest. What will be. I like that she was there during the Curta raid. I think that's 100% like nearly confirmed. We saw her in the backstory. Uh, she gives a book to Krapika and Pyro. We don't see her after that, but it's very likely the book has some sort of tracking device that Sheila put in it. If she's associated with the troop, it's very likely that they were killed because of this. The location was not much likely in a sense. Uh, join the stream. I don't have any strong. My favorite bit of last week was that the first person Chrollo asked for help dubbing was Paku, and that character, as we know from York New, would have Chrollo's loyalty above and beyond till death. Yeah, 100%. That hit me right away when we saw Paku, in a sense. Just, it was so, it was sad seeing Paku. I think she's probably the only troop member, besides Machi maybe, who has some form of just conscience and morality left in a sense. Um, I'll just share this on Twitter and then we'll start. Hopefully, get a couple more people in here, but that's all right if we don't. That's fine. Live reacting to HXH 396 now. Join. Excited for this one. Um, I'm hoping for another slow character chapter this week. Yeah, I think. Well, that's the thing. I think Togashi, in, all his health problems, he's still methodically going through the series in general. So I think this week chapter more backstory, next week more backstory, but then something at the end of 397, just something absolutely hectic. Just sharing to the community page. Um, all right, gotta share it. Just sharing it to Twitter. Get started in a moment. Um, all right, gotta share it to. About to start the chapter. Getting some Sheila action in here. Uh, also, funny man, I tried to get Ron in on this. He was actually he was going to join. I think he's got work, so uh, anyone's interested. So, man, it's wrong. Enemies to lovers. That's what I hope. So, my plan was to call Ron and like get both of you to make up, but we'll see what happens. Also, funny man, is the connection is it unstable? Is it fine or internet is so bad in Australia? Uh, okay, all right. I think we'll just start now. I've gone on long enough. I'm doing this instead of going out Friday night. I've lost it, but excited to read this. All right. So link is in the chapter. We for anyone. All right, it's pinned. Yeah, I mean it's a. I'm using a 2015 laptop, so have just bought a PC though, which I will be doing just live reaction content in general. That's the only reason why I bought it for. I think just and editing and playing video games. Just PC. So this Mac is a fucking piece of shit. All right, but let's start the chapter. Chapter 396. Uh, Credit to AOM and your anime guy through the Hunter x Hunter Twitter page for translating this early. Shout out to them. Just reacting this before the TCD one. So, chapter 396 Founding. Today's regular meeting will include a special screening. We look forward to seeing you all there. Welcome, welcome. Here's your sweets. It's like the Pope comes bearing gifts for the children. Take as much as you'd like. Yo, Chrollo, I hear you're putting my video to good use. And you see Uvo again, who just the size difference between him compared to the other hunters is just the other troop members is just off the wall. He says, "I'm looking forward to seeing you." Um, after the screening. Oh, wait. Um, yo, Crow. Finks goes, if you're fine after playing with Uvo, you can play soccer with us next time. And Thinks goes to the little girl bearing fruit, who was that other character who got introduced with Sheila again last week. So probably a former member or an associate who grew up with them. Young Uvo again looks like he'd brag about smoking weed without actually smoking weed. Probably. I mean, he definitely has those overconfidence vibes. He'd lie about stuff. Fine after playing with Uvo. Only playing with Uvo is a horrifying experience. Well, Krapika would know, and Uvo would know even more. What are you doing? Thinks goes to the girl. You giving it to me. Help me hand out candy. Huh? Why me? Hey, take some candy if you haven't gotten any yet. Thinks goes. Thinks is fine since he has a kind heart. I'll take care of Uvo too. She goes. She's a very nice girl. I'm I'm sensing death to her, a horrible death coming up soon. Yeah, Uvo spat on a man of death. He's an absolute savage. And under Sarasa, yeah, her name's Sarasa again. Sarasa. And under Sarasa's, the youngest protection he's everyone's little brother. Uh-huh. Chrollo's fine with that. Those flowers that are for the church, I know that you bring them every day. Paku goes, yeah. Look at Chrollo. He's just so much. Just he has his conscious still. He's smiling. He's happy. And someone posted just a comparison between uh, from there and now, the difference, that full panel from like 10 chapters ago of all the trip members, and Chrollo's just looking so fucking sad. This whole thing has me worried for Finks. Finks is who I bet my money on. I'm hoping personally that the last two troop members left besides Chrollo are Finks and Phaeton, because I think they're the two big dogs. I want to see, basically now, I want to see troop members that die in order of weakest to strongest. I think that's fair to the troop members in general. I want to see just the best troop members have more shine a spotlight in the sense. So under Sarasa's the youngest protection, he's everyone's little brother, huh? Crollo goes, yeah, yeah. I like the current Crollo, and Crollo goes, yeah. The screening will begin shortly. The announcer says, everyone, please take your seats and wait. So we have a screening. Wait. So we're having a screening, and this might be Togashi just repeating panels again, but obviously this panel looks very similar to the the one that Hika was sitting in. So I don't think there's some weird time theory going on here. I think just Togashi saving time. I don't blame him. I don't want Hisoka to kill Nobu. Nobu needs to die trying to avenge. Good. That's a good point. I would say then Nobu being the last one. Imagine if. See, this is what I think. Hisoka and Kurapika are going to team up, and then against the troop members, Nobunaga killing Kurapika, bro, that would be insane. Or see, the thing I liked was you have, and we're on around the fifth page. Anyone joining up to where the troop about to watch the movie, you see the panel of the cinema about to start. But I think personally, even if Kurapika kills Nobunaga and then Hisoka betrays Kurapika after all the troop members are dead, it sets up the end of the series, Gon versus Hisoka. That's been one of the main points from the start of the series. Probably that and Gon finding Jing, which he already has done. So let's continue the movie starting. Togashi repeating images here. No, this was, sorry, no, this is what I saw on Twitter. So I was spoiled on this on Twitter. Uh, at the page of the Power Rangers, anyone joining? Yeah, so the chapter is out, and I've linked the chapter. So you see the pinned link. Just click on it and join where I'm up to. At that, like where the Power Rangers are. Huh? That's could be Power Cleaner. I'm coming. I knew it. It's the Power Cleaners. Awesome. I heard it's in Chiba and it's called Tokyo Land. I heard there's a huge line, but why don't you go there? Let's all go. Oh no, he's talking in the language of Media City. Is it? An air in here too? Of course not. Someone else is talking. Is that voice Chrollo and Paku from Warriors? I knew they were sneaking around lately. Was this what they were doing? Will you stop messing around with the guy I'm after? You just changed your mind after learning how much he makes. I'm the naive girl here. So, TBH, I actually don't see any Gon Hisoka. Ah, yeah, maybe. Here is the link to do it. Yep. So the link is pinned, guys, and I'll put it here for convenience again. We're on the movie, uh, watching the movie. Oh, will you stop messing around with the guy I'm after? You just changed your mind after learning how much he makes. I'm the naive girl here. Oh, good. They're laughing. They're having fun. It's a good thing we dubbed it. All three of you practiced a lot to keep us to keep up the tempo, Chrollo goes. Parker replies, no, 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 Chrollo. You were better than us. You used different tones for all the male characters. I don't think anyone else noticed either. What the? I can't hear it. This is very Togashi, very, very simple drawing. That's fine. Uh, the video stopped too. Oh no. So low on production, the video stopped. Father, what's wrong? The audio tape seems to be stuck in the deck. It's all tangled up in there. I'm gonna have to cut the tape to get it out. It might take a while to get it out. I think it's malfunctioning, but it can't be helped. It's in Media City, and all the stuff in Media City was originally thrown away. Chrollo goes to the Pope, or the higher up guy, Father, get me a mic. Different tones for all the main characters. He's a good actor, just like in York New when he acts as what's her name's escort. You're referring to Chrollo, funny man. Hey, show us the rest of the story, Chrollo. So the video stopped. Show us the rest of the story, Chrollo. Uwe again goes, don't tell me. This is it, huh, Chrollo? Oh, no, no, sorry. I thought it was break time, so I was eating my rice, Chrollo goes. I got a stomach ache and had to stay in the bathroom for a long time, I had to stop. Shit. That's a bad omen. The the vinyl fell. The vinyl. We'll just quickly. So a death's got to happen this chapter. Um, I had to stop the video. Chrollo goes playing again. Hey, Clicker Blue, where the heck are you? I remember that act that Chrollo put on to deceive Neon. Paku's line reminds me of that. Wait, which? Just repeat the line. Which line was it? Uh, it's the voice of Cleaner Yellow. That's awesome. A kid our age did the voice. I really wish you'd put a little more of your nutrition into your memory. We were on our way to rescue Pink from the graffiti monster's trap, weren't we? What? Huh? He did blue too. Seriously. So red, blue, and the enemy's monsters? Chrollo puts his hand up. Look at just look how happy he is. It's completely different. He's a completely different person. Now counting down to 3, 2, 1, and the mission resumes. Is everyone ready? Together now. Crow puts his hands up. Everyone puts his hands up, and the movie starts again. All right, that's where they're hiding. Come on, green. Hold your horses, red. Wait for blue and yellow too. And you're ignoring me. When Paku commented on Chrollo doing different tones for all the male characters, Togashi doesn't insert useless details. Chrollo has a natural born Proficiency, I assume you mean, for acting, ego, lying. Doing different times that you'd be caught with a good-looking guy. You got the filth of a cleaner warrior's heart. You don't deserve to be a member of the cleaners. Oh, you're quite the player for flirting with that guy. You had the chance, aren't you? There you are, dark graffiti monster. Give us back our cleaner pink. And you have what a shame. Power cleaners. Chrollo goes. Monster looks fucking cool like a Nen beast, and everyone looks shocked of the quality of the film they made. Uh, Everyone's looking shocked. Cleaner Pink has already become one of us with the dirty makeup power of the Dark Monster. You are all doomed to the same fate. All the humans of the world, all of this world, for the great demon Black King, we will cover you with the dark colored dirt of evil. So we're really starting to see Chrollo's evil side. I also wonder if the events of the Power Ranger movie are any kind of foreshadowing or symbolism for how the Phantom Troop will act in the coming chapters post flashback. In terms of how the movie will finish, maybe being an analogous to what happens to the troop, possible. That panel of Chrollo screaming goes so hard. What happened to that enthusiasm? It's very his character development. We're just getting the backstory and how he's just so emotionless now. We're seeing this is like when you think of Chrollo's character, it starts off so vibrant, and then during the York New, it's so mellow and just it dips darker into just this. We're seeing in the current chapters just this evil anger towards wanting to get revenge on Hisoka. All the humans of the world, all of this world, for the great demon Black King, I'm scared. We will cover you with the dark colored dirt of evil, he goes. He continues, no matter how much of the surface is covered with dirty makeup, you can't cover the pink heart that is pursuing true love. That is just a juxtaposition of both sides, love and evil. Faith, we make up. Cleaner Pink is safe and sound. Damn you, in that case. We're going to get you all dirty in person. Let's go, slobs. Let's go as Chrollo continues. I like to eat alone, but I love a big feast. It's all right. Uh, the other girl goes, what? That's what I'm talking about. With everyone's help, we can make any place beautiful. Crowley continues, even if it's somewhere you can't see. So, for anyone joining, we're watching the end of the movie that was made during. Chapter is linked, pinned. Clean power gathering, sweep, and we're seeing the Power Rangers. I'll leave it down. The vinyl keeps falling. We've got to keep reading this. But I think the Power Rangers is symbolism to maybe what Chrollo wanted the troop to be originally. I think we are seeing his past of I think he's had these thoughts since he was a kid, creating a group. You can even think of kind of even looks like the leader in a lot of ways. This main guy with the spiky hair kind of looks like Chrollo. Um, I think you can make an argument like Hisoka kind of looks like the guy with the hat. Fat guy, I'm not really sure there, but maybe a couple of girls like girl here in a sense. Probably Machi. It's a bit of a stretch, but yeah. And everyone's clapping. Uh, so everyone's happy, clapping with the dubbing of the videotape movie that they made. The father is patting Chrollo on the head. I think we're going to get something dark here. I think we're going to get something dark here. Everyone was so happy to see you. You're so cool. Thanks to Chrollo, Media City itself might change after today. It definitely will eventually. No, no, no. It's only because of you three. And very humble Chrollo, still all of this. Even in future Chrollo, he was always very humble. He might have an ego. He's still just that reserved ego, though. Media City likes dubbed anime. I will remember that. Definitely. That's not an indication to watch Hunter x Hunter dub, though. Not that good. Franklin goes, "You don't have to go, Chrollo." And you see Chrollo leaving. You don't have to go, Chrollo. And you see Chrollo leaving all the members. You see Nobunaga there as well. Very nice to see. All happy. Chrollo. Uvogin goes, "Yup." Chrollo replies. In that video, other episodes were recorded, right? Huh? Yeah. It's only halfway through, but here's 8 episodes on here. The next monster, let me play the next monster. Uvogin goes. I'll play green. Nobunaga goes. I'll do yellow. I think Phaeton. I'll play blue. Phaeton. No, Finks goes. Okay, I'll play Dr. Genius in the love triangle with purple and pink. Shelnut goes. I'll play the Demon Black King. Franklin goes. What about you, Machi? Franklin says. Not a chance, Machi goes. Chrollo, I've taken more punches from you today than from any other guy I've ever met. That's definitely for sure, and future foresight, 100%. Yours was the most effective one I've ever felt. And you see the respect. You see the last chapter. They were on opposition terms. Now they've formed respect. They've formed a friendship. And you see them all now dancing over lines. Very cool to see this camaraderie, this happiness from the troupe. Dubbing over lines of movies, voice acting. No way. Machi goes. Why not? You're playing a princess. You're everyone's dream girl. Uh, Nobunaga. No, Uvogin goes. Then you do it, Machi replies. If you insist on one, then villain, villain, villain. But if you insist on one, then villain, villain. That doesn't make sense, but Franklin says if we're talking villains, maybe the Demon Black Queen, who's next in line. She's supposed to be the Purple's twin sister, so she was perfect for the dual role of Purple and the Queen. Orange is almost out of the picture this time, so why not Sarasa? Finks goes. I just want to say how much I love this as the villain team origin story. Naruto had sad boy oppression whining. Bleach had sad boy depression whining. HXH has Funimation. It's just different. I mean, in terms of how happy and how we're going to see how that just spiraled downturn. So things goes. We're here for anyone following along. I'm sure you're following on. Funny man, very excited like I am. No, she'll be involved with the princess after the next episode. Chrollo goes, we're short-handed. Shalnok goes, what about recruiting this troop members? Ah, oh nice. Wait, are we a troop? What kind of troupe? Franklin goes, theatre performing troupe, obviously. Uvogin goes, Nobunaga says, I think of us more as traveling performers. How about a traveling troupe then? Uh, uh, Paku goes, see that line about the Black Demon Queen and her characteristics being assigned to Sheila? That's why I think these assigned to Sheila. That's why I think these Power Rangers hold keys we don't have. Power Rangers hold keys we don't have doors to open yet. Yeah. So you're saying it's linked some way with Sheila being some sort of demon queen, and somehow that's linked to future parts of the story, to the Kurta clan, that massacre. Chrollo says, but a troop has more than 1,000 members, and the word travel means. Don't worry about the details, Uvogin says. We're each 100 members strong. Let's call it a troop for now. Up to here, thinks, Sparky Hair thinks, I wish I could find the rest of that video, thinks goes. But I'm trying, but it's hard. Trying to find that video is like finding a grain of sand in the desert. You don't even know if the rest of the video is really there. Uvogin goes. Nobunaga says, if you want, we could write in original script and turn it into a regular play. The audience enjoys watching us more than the screen these days, that's for sure. I'm sure some of them are looking at you. What do you think about that? Well, the show is only as good as the video, Chrollo goes. Without the video, we don't have enough time and materials for rehearsals of the fighting scenes and monster costumes. Chrollo goes. Well, Chrollo continues, we have 3 more rehearsals to go and I'll think about it. So after today's rehearsals, let's all make our predictions for the rest of the show, all right? Uvogin goes, wow, Sarasa goes, we're really going for it. Well, at first, Uvogin replies, well, I just wanted whatever I wanted. It's very special to have something you want to do. Chrollo replies, what do you want to do? Uvo says, I want to tour the world with you in theatre and become the world's greatest villain. Here we go. Here we go. It's gonna fucking get insane. I can feel it now. It's the troop. Here come the troop. Here come the troop. Something fucking crazy is gonna happen. For anyone just joining, we're at the end of the chapter. We're at the last page of the chapter. Something big is going to happen. Link is pinned. Click the link. Where's Sarasa? She's going to be dead. She said she's on sorting duty, thinks goes. What, alone? Chrollo says. Sarasa's community is just around the corner, so she'll be fine. Shalnok goes. The only thing Orange has to do in this episode is answer phone calls and say a few lines, so she won't have to practice. Sarasa said that she put her duty forward because the next episode's rehearsal would be tough for her. She's gone off somewhere. She's singing. She's saying to herself, I'm sure she'll be surprised. I'm sure they'll be surprised when I find the video. What? She's trying to find a video for the next performance. I'm still keeping it a secret from everyone that I found a large number of videotapes in the corporate garbage next to Ugamori Forest. So they're going out of Meteor City back into the forest where near where the mansion is, near where the Pope church mansion is. I've memorized how power cleaners is written in the official language. All I have to do now is find it by the title. And oh no, she's she's been taken away. They're getting a lot more vigilant, aren't they? Yeah. So the mafia, we're on the mafia here. Now that we've got our quota, I think it's time for us to put an end to the hunting here in Media City. If we find one last one, I'm gonna have a lot of fun. He. Okay, I was thinking. My original thought was they've cut off her death. Togashi has killed her off screen. But Jesus. Sarasa is leaving Meteor City, going back to the mansion area, to the forest where the mansion is, the church. The mafia. Jesus. Next week is going to get very dark. 100% confirmed. The mafia are taking killings, trafficking children, killing them, sex trafficking, taking victims. You see, you have victims in handcuffs, and balaclavas over their heads. So next week, look, you can even see it. They're driving out into Meteor City. Sarasa's dead next week, 100%. If you just joined, we've just got to the end of the chapter and something massive has happened. Holy shit. We're going to get her death next week. And then the Troupe are just going to change. The Troupe are just going to just get so evil after, like, it's every shonen moment. Like when you think of Itachi and how they were pure of heart and then something happens to them which makes them just completely change pure evil in the sense. Well, I think more Sasuke, what happened to Sasuke. I'll take that back about Itachi because even though Itachi always had a tough upbringing, so that wasn't the right call. But in terms of Sasuke, for a great example, um, just this ending is just it's so pivotal. The line about the black this scene potentially will get Hisoka's backstory at some time. Hisoka's backstory. I I think we'll definitely get Hisoka's backstory, but I think now is just we're getting the troops' backstory. Oh, it's so hard to tell because I think it would be great to have the troop backstory and then cut to. Actually, I think personally we won't get all of Hisoka's backstory. I think we will definitely get the whole of the troop backstory up to a pivotal point during the Kurta assassination, or close to where, or they get to Kurta, flash forward to meet to York New Arc. You get the backstory of Hisoka joining the troop as well. Then you have what happens in the Dark Continent arc, and then we could see Hisoka team up with Kurapika to beat the troop. Then something happens to Kurapika. Kurapika's dead. We go Hisoka backstory with Gon. I think that's where the series is going to end. And the video she finds is chapter black. Now, it's going to get dark. And you're going to hate me funny, man, but six years ago, I watched 26 episodes of Yu Yu Hakusho and stopped. I just it was such a struggle to get through, kind of like the start of JoJo. I never got back to it since, and so I got to get back on it. I've got other priorities, but this chapter was uh, just another great example. Money is not everything in life. I know, and I don't. I've never said I've had a take on Yu Hakusho, as you know. I think I need to get back on it. I think I really want to rewatch all of Hunter x Hunter for this video I've made with Delta, um, including the OVAs and the movies, especially to potentially do a part three with Wilson, Delta, and if Scam and Mask want to jump on it as well, because I think this is going to be the best video I've made. You lagged out, so I didn't see the last 30 seconds of what you said. What were your thoughts on my Mafia take? Wait, what was your Mafia take? Funny man, just read it for me. But I've never had a take on Yu Hakusho. It was. I will say, 6 years ago, it was wrong to me to start watching Hakusho at 26 episodes in. I will get back to it. I think Hunter x Hunter. The thing is, I'm watching One Piece all over again at the moment, and I'm trying to catch up to Wano, and then I think that, and focus on JoJo Part 5, Part 6, and then just Yu Hakusho after that. I think about the mafia taking Sarasa being the inciting incident for the troop attacking the York New auction to get back at the mafia. Yeah, but the thing is, I think that's a possibility. Definitely, I think we will also. But the thing is, the troop are so in your. They have no emotion. They have no emotion till someone personal dies with them. So the thing is, what happened in York New, even though I think, look, next chapter, I think obviously Togashi is not going to cut Sarasa's death off panel. She's with next week's panel 397 chapter. Obviously, is going to be the mafia abducting Sarasa, and somehow the truth find out about it. Then we're getting the flashback continuing of the troop getting revenge on that. Because if you look at York New, they have no emotion until Paku gets hurt. And you could yeah, so you could say that obviously they have emotion, the troop, but it's only when people close to them are affected that they get very upset, they get very angry, and they lose their emotion. They get irrational, which is very hypocritical because you have characters in the York New Art like Kurapika who are saying, "Why don't you feel any pain whatsoever?" to everyone else that you're doing, and they're some of them are laughing about it. Some of them are doing absolutely. They're showing absolute no remorse. They are psychopaths in a sense. When it doesn't affect them, they show no remorse whatsoever. You see this as well with the death of the bodyguard who had the dogs. A terrible death. Uh, the that death was done so well because a lot of time wasn't focused on that character, which was good. You saw him with Krapika, but and then focus was spent with him at the end with his girlfriend. The troop killed him, no remorse. How many members how many people they kill in York New? Absolutely no remorse. Think about that though. Uvogin and Paku were killed, but yes, Krapika. But this didn't happen till at the end. In York New, they had no remorse. The Phantom Troop had no remorse in York New towards the Mafia. So I'm thinking because of that, something happened before they got their revenge of the mafia that we're going to see this backstory after Sarasa's death. The mafia's hired hand, and Troop, is never involved without the mafia. That death in 2011 was so amazing, especially when the death came off. Oh, in 1997, it was fucking good as well. So when you think the mafia and the Troop, um, you think about it, like the cucking mafia are different to the one in the backstory and the one at York New, in a sense. The Troop had no alignment in York New to the mafia. The mafia did the thing, doing the auction, and the Troop capitalized on it. The Troop, like, I don't think Togashi would retcon this, showing no emotion. I think we're gonna see some type of revenge for Sarasa's death with the mafia coming up in this backstory. 100%. I think it has to be because you're gonna see how they're emotional. They're just like little kids in a sense. Well, they are little kids, but they've still had that. They haven't had that emotional maturity in a sense, even till throughout their whole lives. The definite, yeah, it was fucking amazing. So, if you're just joining, we read the chapter. The link is pinned to the chapter. If you've read the chapter, continue watching this because we're going to talk about it more. Funny Man's asking questions. If you join, ask questions as well. But if you haven't read the chapter yet, I don't recommend keeping watching the stream. That's very I'm being very humble about that as you're helping the channel and I appreciate you being here, but I don't want you being spoiled on what was a very light-hearted, just great chapter with some just darkness to come sprinkled in at the end. So um yeah, it was just next week's gonna be fucking insane. Just we're gonna get the death, Sarasa, and then just the troop are gonna lose it. Oh, this backstory, funny man. This backstory is, I think, shit. I think this could be a very long backstory. Like Togashi, he's not writing this at all. I'm giving the chapter a 9. I think when this arc is over, this chapter will be one of those. What was he cooking, bro? And like, I can't wait to go through this again when the TCB release comes out. And the thing is, I didn't even read last week's 395 official release because that chapter releases like 3 a.m. Monday morning my time, and then like I'm driving to work, working at the law firm. I don't really have time to read it. I should read the official translation each week. I didn't this week. I got to try and get to it, but just Togashi, just I think, and just going back to this, all the just the symbolism and seeing the hints and just the comparisons and metaphors sprinkled in, like going through it and reading again is just going to be absolutely insane. Just he's he's just gone absolutely insane with this. Um, but yeah, what a chapter. Um, so if you've read the chapter, anyone joins and any thoughts, leave a comment to them. I'll be back in 1 second. I'm just gonna text a mate. I'm meeting a mate out. Uh, 1 sec. I'll be back in 30 seconds. Putting my phone in the charger and Absolute insane chapter. Jay, so I've seen a post about Chrollo finding a tape have we have Sarasa on it after she disappears. What? But 397 spoilers out yet though. I seen a post about Chrollo. Oh, just in terms of a text post. Chrollo finding a tape that with Sarasa on it after. Man, that would be insane. That would be fucking sick. Um, 'Cause I'm just looking at the chapter again now, seeing if there's any hints to that whatsoever. Tape, 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 tape. The scripts, notes. I really, look at the fan art as well. Great fan art, coloring, I should say. Uh, the sick chapter. Shit. I think that's very possible. If you just joined, we've just finished reading the chapter, so it's going to be spoilers. So if you haven't read the chapter, I hope you've quickly read it. The link is pinned. Imagine it's like a rape VHS of Sarasa or something. You'd be sickening, and especially with how Togashi handled that one chapter that was so vile. When was that released though? Like end of Yu Hakusho, like 97. Like jump has changed completely since then. When you think about it, I think what happens when we see, I really like that idea of the trip seeing the tape of. I think that just it's going to be torturing of Sarasa, no rape, torturing and her death on tape. That would be sick. That would be great writing. Holy shit. Just with all the foreshadowing with the troupe, with the video dubbing, being little film editors. Togashi really wanted to draw Gon, huh? I'd be sickening to see that even in Chainsaw Man today. I'll send you a link to the uncensored chapter later, so you'll see what. Do you reckon, funny man? I should just read that and just. But will I be spoiled on Yu Hakusho? One of the ranger looks like Gon. Yeah. I noticed that. But even I was saying like the power the in this kind of what Chrollo originally wanted the trip to be. I think this was kind of his image in the head, and you can even see the main leader of the Power Rangers. Um, I think you can see similarities just in the. He kind of looks like Chrollo. I'd say obviously he looks more like Gon, but in terms of just Chrollo finding someone who he just symbolizes with on maybe on just someone he looks up to, something like a hero in a sense. Um, Fucking sick. What a chapter. Fucking sick. What a chapter. I think obviously last week's chapter very good. Not every chapter each week has to be an absolute banger hype chapter, but just the ending. It just left on such a cliffhanger, and we know what's going to happen. It's so dark. It's kind of upsetting. It's a spoiler chapter, but it's also self-contained and not really in any way important for the character's plot and their development. It's about a minor character with like 6 chapters of screen. Fuck it. I'll read it tomorrow. The character's plot and their development. It's about a minor character with like 6 chapters of screen. Fuck it. I'll read it tomorrow then. I'll probably read it Sunday actually. Friday night for me now. Funny man. Send me a link to that on Discord, please. Oh shit. So yeah, so next week is 397. As you know, this is me. The chapter pinned is the fan translation of the Twitter Hunter group. So shout outs to them again. Great job with the chapter. And the TCB chapter will be out. What's the time now? My time, it is 8:30. It will be out in about 10 hours' time. I think it was out 6 a.m. my time, TCB, Saturday morning. So I don't know if I'll read it again. Well, I will. No, I will read it again. That is say that. But I will read it after. I'll read it tomorrow. After the TCB release and see any of the differences. I kind of want to join in on the translating, but I'm just having such a blast reacting to it again. Just like 4 years, it's been ages, but hopefully Togashi can make this run last. He's doing an amazing job. When you think he's nearly 60, insane. I mean, just the amount of effort. I think when anyone says that it's going to end early, Togashi isn't working hard enough. Like for Neverworld, that stupid video he made, just ignorance. Uh, Completely different life. Just sitting at a desk all day, sleeping 3-4 hours a night. Yeah, just the trifecta in a sense next week is going to be the piece de resistance in terms of just giving like Togashi, like the metaphor, he's edged us. Like when I'm gonna try and keep it PG, but when you've been edging or someone helping you with it and the cum shot has been withheld here and next G, but when you've been edging or someone helping you with it and the cum shot has been withheld here and next week is just going to be that absolute piece de resistance sprout of epicness that it's going to be insane. So yeah, next week just will be so fucking sick. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's it. I think that's all I'm going to talk about. I don't know if I have anything else to say. Just thinking off the top of my head now. Very cool chapter. Loved how just the troop were happy. They were so just innocent. They were innocent. So much innocence. And to see how that's going to turn out the next few weeks is going to be, it's going to be fucked. It is really going to be insane. I will insane. I will quickly link the Discord to chats about anime, mainly seasonal anime, Hunter x Hunter talk, and other anime chats and manga, all that good shit. Voice calls as well. Trying to get more into it. Funny man, one of the lead members in the group, always has a lot to contribute to. And Funny man, we've got to try and start doing more voice calls about anime on talk. Maybe a bit of drama, but not of it. I will link the chat in the sec with my slow drama, but not a lot of drama. But I will link the chat in the sec with my slow laptop. Uh, well, my Discord is cooked. Hold on. Well, it is awkward. Discord, you crashed on me. Hold on. All right. All right. So, one sec, one sec, one sec. The Good Guys Black Friday sale is on now. Get 28%. So Discord there. So Discord there. Funny man, you still there? Are you still here? Before you end the stream, check Discord. I'm going to send the panels I want to see you react to. Okay, all right. And I'll share them on screen for anyone. We're going chapter black from Yu Hakusho. Uh, hold on. Wait, are you DMing them to me, or you're sending them through DM? All right. So I can I can see where Togashi got his inspiration for Benjamin's Nen Beast just from that image right there. There. Uh, it's a cool image, and I think looking at this, I can see a lot of inspiration from Taito Kubo. Uh, him getting inspired by this with the designs of hollows. Very cool. I'm gonna send that to one of my with the designs of hollows. Very cool. I'm gonna send that to one of my friends. Okay, what's next? You want me to read it? Here we go. Was born, they surgically modified my insides so he'd have an easier time playing with me. I was a slave from age 0, and every year I got a new scar as a birthday present. The more I fought, the more he got off. What? I got a new scar as a birthday present. The more I fought, the more he got off. What? The more I was The moment I was born, they surgically modified my insides so he'd have an easier time playing with me. Shit. I was a sex slave from age 0, and every year I got a new scar as a birthday present. What the fuck? The more I thought, New scar. The more I so does the scar signify she was being pregnated every year? What the fuck with the scar? The more I thought, the more he got off, trapped beneath the sinking assholes that were his nostrils. I'd hear him whisper, "How about I lop of your head and stick it down your neck?" I said, "I would." And he squealed like a laughing baby, stopping only to say, "That's my daughter. That is fucked." At age 7, I poured acid over my head, praying it would make him lose interest. He tossed me out on the street, and I cried out with the voice of someone born anew. Today, my life truly begins. Those, those were my thoughts and memories you showed me after my fight with Shigure. What you went through is what pushed you to seek more power. Shit. That's pretty fucked up. Wow. Holy fuck. Uh, so you see here just pretty girl, just disgusting. What are your thoughts on that, funny man, before we end this? I'm gonna send this to Clyde. Absolutely insane. Uh, all right. Well, that was a dark way to end the chapter from a from a already ends the dark chapter. It was definitely weird. I wish the Karen 2 chapters before the manga ended. So, funny man. So, the girl is entirely in only focused in chapter black. Whereas here, who he's referring to is Shigure is a character in Yu Hakusho. So, but even though this girl is not referenced in the Yu Hakusho manga and only chapter black, she knows Shigure. There's a backstory with that. They know each other, and obviously Hiei, who fought Shigure, I'm assuming, uh, has knowledge of this. No, she's in Three Kings arc, the last arc of the manga. Okay. Well, I've been putting Yu Hakusho off for way too long now. But uh, JoJo and then Yu Hakusho. The first catch up to Wano because I do enjoy. I do enjoy the first catch up to Wano because I do enjoy. I do enjoy. I've always enjoyed watching One Piece every Sunday. So Uh, I think with that being said, though, funny man, I think we're gonna end it. Any last thoughts before I end the stream, funny man? Just say your last piece, and then I'm turning it off. And quick to about it, please. I actually enjoy the Wano anime adaptation, to be honest. I'm almost caught up to weekly again. I've got a long way to go. I haven't watched shit. I'm up to 1017. I got a lot to do. Dude, that's like 20 episodes. All right. I'm gonna end it. It's 8:45 my time. I was supposed to meet some mates out tonight. I gotta try and do that. Funny man, thanks for joining the stream. I'm gonna end it. If and everyone else who joined the stream who's watching it again, thank you. And to everyone who's watching it post stream for the reaction and the later analysis. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the chapter as much as I did. Next week's chapter is going to be absolutely fucking insane. Remember, leave your comments down below of your thoughts of this chapter and what's going to happen next week. Particular, I'm thinking actually we're going to see we're going to see a videotape of Chrollo seeing the torture of Sarasa by the Mafia and the death. I think that is definitely going to happen. And whoever put that first text on who on the internet, kudos to you because that's fucking great hypothesis right there. But let me know what you think of the chapter. Like, comment, share the video so it goes out to the masses and it gets me out of the dead anime YouTube channels and subscribe for more Hunter x Hunter and anime content and hit the notification bell to get live reactions as soon as they come out the cowbell. So thanks guys. Have a great weekend.